And welcome back to Comic Frontline, everybody. I'm Brant Fowler, aka the Gonzogoose, back with you for another comic review. This time we're talking Hawkeye, #1. This is written by Kelly Thompson with art by Leonardo Romero and cover art by Julian Totino Tedesco. Now, this particular series, before I get into it, I should say that I have not been a particular fan of the last few Hawkeye series. Even the acclaimed one, I believe it was Matt Fraction, even that one I couldn't get into. And the last one I tried a couple issues and it did not click with me. So I was really hesitant to go into this one. But since this one completely focused on Kate Bishop, I thought, I'll give it a shot, one more shot. Seems like a different take on it. So this take on it is Kate becoming a private investigator. And honestly, I enjoyed the book. I'll say that up front. I think the art fit this style of book really well, and there was some nice panel layouts where she's kind of taking in the entire environment, and she's like picking out, okay, this license plate is not really covered up well, this present mask over here, this kid's about to drop his churro, that kind of stuff. It's like she was taking her entire field of vision, she was taking in all this information, making all these mental notes, and you'd see these little circles over everything. It was very fitting art and very nice, nicely done layouts, and the style was very fitting for this type of story. It is more of a, what do you call it, I cannot think of the word. It's a slice of life. It's a slice of life style of art, but it fits here, oddly. So, in this issue, Kate is tracking somebody, but then she notices this bank robbery going on, so she goes after that. And then she's dealing with all these yahoos coming to her, supposedly to acquire her services, but really they were just either looking for Hawkeye, the real quote-unquote Hawkeye, or they thought it was an optometrist because her logo had a poorly drawn eyeball on it. So just some funny stuff. And at the beginning, I love the first page where it's her resume, or not her resume, her application to become a licensed private investigator. And she's just like, I used to be a freaking Avenger. And she's got Jessica Jones from Alias Investigations as a reference. I thought that was clever, that was nice. And she even references, now, here's my nitpick with it, but she references it, and I'll say that just as a precursor to this. My nitpick is, this is another strong female lead character in a somewhat comical book that's a private investigator. This is, now granted, Jessica Jones is not comical, neither was Alias, but Spider-Woman is. And she's kind of like in between the two. So you have Jessica on the far end this way, Spider-Woman on the far end this way, and Kate Bishop is right in the middle. All these strong, powerful lead women are now private investigators and running around in a certain type of book. And this book actually did remind me a lot of Spider-Woman in ways. Like I said, her whole taking in everything. And it reminded me a little bit of Mockingbird as well. So it seems like they've, settled on a formula for some of their action-oriented female leads, and that's kind of what they're going to do with all of them. That's my nitpick, that they can't do something different, that they can't step outside that box, and just it's like it's almost a crutch. Oh, well, let's just make her a private investigator and add a little bit of humor in there, and we're good. It's in that way it was formulaic with other titles they have. So that is my nitpick. But it was a good story. It was fun. It fit her character. It wasn't as goofy as Spider-Woman can be. It wasn't as serious as Jessica Jones is. And, like I said, it fit her character from what I remember of her character. And, there was some clever dialogue in there. And I have to go back to that point. She references that, it must be really cool to have another female kick-butt private investigator running around. The difference is this is on the West Coast, so that's good. So you're out of New York, so it kind of makes sense and it fits, and you can make that defense for it. I thought it was a fun story. I thought it was a great first issue. It's kind of new reader friendly in a way that if you don't know anything about her, you don't really need to know anything about her to enjoy this story. You get, that she's connected to Hawkeye, that she used to be a superhero, that she still kind of carries around her bow, that she's got all these skills, but this is it's a new direction in her life. So if you're coming into this book as a new reader and you've never read anything with Kate Bishop before, you have no frame of reference, you're still going to enjoy this because it's a completely different chapter in her life and you don't need to know any of that. But if you did know all that stuff, it is somewhat subtly referenced here, and you can pick up on that and just kind of view this as the next chapter for Kate Bishop. So I thought they did a really good job with that. So overall, I thought it was a very enjoyable issue, my nitpicks aside. So I'm going to give this one a 4 out of 5, actually. I think it was a fantastic first issue. It's something that I would enjoy reading, and it hooked me enough to come back for the next issue. So we'll see if it sticks. So a 4 out of 5 for Hawkeye, number 1 from Marvel Comics, Marvel Now. So check out all the other videos here on Comic Frontline. Tune into our live show every Tuesday night at 9:30ish p.m. Eastern Time, and you can check out the nominations for the Frontline Awards video that is up now, and you can check out all the details for that because the Frontline Awards are coming for 2016. And for myself, you can check out lastnumberpress.com, zone4podcast.com. And until next time, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video.